There are battles fought in courtrooms, and there are battles fought in the quiet spaces of everyday life, on doorsteps, in neighborhoods, in the presence of children who should never have to witness the darker impulses of adults. What happened to the Akushie family after their expulsion from Bulldog Town Youth Football Club was not a dispute. It was not a misunderstanding. It was a campaign, deliberate, sustained, and executed with a level of recklessness that no civilized community should tolerate. When institutions feel threatened by truth, they often turn to intimidation, and BTYFC, under the leadership of Juan Cowell and Sean Smith, chose intimidation as their instrument. The first home visit came on 14 September 2021. Sean Smith, the welfare officer, the man entrusted with safeguarding, arrived unannounced at the Akushie home. There had been no prior pattern of in-person visits, no reason to appear at their door, and certainly no justification for ignoring the clear boundaries that any reasonable person would respect. Ossie and Emme told him plainly, "Do not come back, use the post office, respect our home." But Smith did not respect their home. He did not respect their boundaries. He did not respect the fear his presence caused. And the family had every reason to be afraid. They knew of his history, a history of violence against women, publicly documented, serious enough to end his policing career. When a man with that past appears at your door uninvited, the fear is not imagined, it is earned. The harassment escalated. At a training session later that same day, Smith marched across the field in full BTYFC uniform with Jason Kitchener present to publicly eject Ossie in front of parents, coaches, and, most painfully, his son Christian. No due process, no explanation, just a spectacle designed to humiliate. Ossie, with the composure of a man who refuses to be broken, wrote to the club on 27 September. His words were measured, dignified, and clear. "Do not create any further public confrontations. My son was distressed by Smith's recent actions. A father asking for decency, a father asking for peace, a father asking for the bare minimum of respect." The club ignored him. On 28 September, Smith returned to the house again, uninvited, again grinning, again delivering a letter by hand. This was not communication. This was not procedure. This was harassment, physical, deliberate, and witnessed by children who should never have to see an adult behave in that manner. The letter banned Christian and Maria from all club activities with immediate effect. Two innocent children, punished for the actions of adults, punished for the courage of their parents. And still the harassment continued. Between 8th and 20th of October, the family received 3 letters from HRJ Foreman Law's solicitors, letters threatening legal action, costs, and consequences for speaking publicly about their experience. Letters sent in bad faith with no intention of pursuing actual litigation. Letters designed to frighten, silence, and isolate. But the most disturbing incident came months later. 14th December 2021, 11:30 at night. Chairman Juan Cowell went to the Akushie's neighborhood, not their home, but their neighbors, and pushed approximately 80 sheets of private data through the letterbox. Sensitive information, screenshots from Emme's phone, internal club documents, false accusations, social media posts, material used in FA investigations. The neighbor was terrified. The family was humiliated. The act was reckless, invasive, and utterly indefensible. This was not communication. This was not error. This was a message delivered under cover of darkness with the intent to intimidate. The family bought a video doorbell. They contacted the police. They did what any responsible family would do when their safety is threatened. And through it all, they stood firm. Because harassment, when confronted by a family grounded in principle, does not achieve its aim. It does not silence. It does not diminish. It exposes. It exposes the character of those who wield power without accountability. It exposes the culture of institutions that protect themselves at the expense of truth. It exposes the lengths to which some will go when they believe they are untouchable. But no one is untouchable, not in a society governed by law, not when families like the Akushies refuse to bow. This was more than a dispute with a football club. This was a fight for dignity, for safety, for the right to exist in a community without fear. And the Akushie family, strong, educated, principled, met that fight with courage. Their story is not of victimhood. It is one of resistance, one of resilience, one of a family who refused to be intimidated by those who misused their authority. And in telling this story, we shine a light on a truth that must never be forgotten. When ordinary families stand firm against injustice, they become extraordinary.